Norma tended bar alongside a broad-shouldered Louisianan of 24 named Andy Taylor. You hear me okay? Norma soon lived beside Andy too, leaving her daughter Melissa, that's the eldest child, again, and moving with her black cat into a green garage just behind Andy's home on Myrtle Springs Road. Andy drank while she worked, up to 20 Coors a night. She had grown up with a father who drank. Alcohol left him violent. It had also left a wife and 4 daughters incredulous that there was such a thing as a good man. The 5 women would suffer through 12 husbands. One of them had been Andy's, and anyway, she preferred the company of women. So did Norma. Nicknamed Pixie by Andy, she was soon at the heart of a sorority that included Jinx and Billy Joe and Lynn and Judy and Bebop, women bound above all by their sexuality and the ways it had bled them. That a mother had beaten Norma because she was gay was no more remarkable than that Andy had watched the police load her friends into a paddy wagon outside a bar called Mercy Mary's. Indeed, to be gay in Texas in 1967 was to be subject to all manner of hurt the women needed to hide. We couldn't tell anyone we were gay, our jobs, our families, says Andy. If we went to straight places, we had to dress straight, had to wear earrings. We couldn't wear pants or a fly front. The women found release where they could, says Andy. What did we do besides shoot pool, drink beer, and fuck? At 19, that can be enough. And every night at the White Carriage was a night Norma hoped might end in someone's bed. She'd come to work and bring a dress and Levi's, says Andy. If it was a feminine girl, she'd put on her jeans. The dress was for a cute butch. Norma slept with many women, but she'd also slept with Woody and Pete. And in early 1967, a month or so after leaving Pete, she began to feel sick. Norma did not want another child. One had been inconvenience enough. Responsibility and expense she'd been eager to shed. But her doctor confirmed that she was pregnant, and Norma phoned Pete. He asked if she was certain. She was. He asked if she wanted to marry. She phoned back to say no thanks. 19 years old, Norma knew little of abortion. At her next doctor's appointment, she asked the nurse what it was. I said, recalled Norma, I've heard of a way that they take your baby, but I can't remember what the word is. The nurse spoke the word, but told her that abortion was illegal. And her doctor, an osteopath named Richard Lane, spoke to Norma of adoption instead. Lane had arranged adoptions before, working together with a Dallas lawyer named Henry McCluskey. I would deliver the baby, recalls Lane. He would then pick up the baby and deliver it to the adoptive parents. The doctor cautioned Norma not to drink while carrying her baby, and then approached a colleague who wanted a child. His name was Setrak Kababjian. He was an anesthesiologist. He had a bedside manner as calming as the drugs he administered. Not for nothing did the stitching on his white coat read Dr. Wonderful. He loved children too, but he was infertile, and having adopted the daughter his wife Donna had had during a failed first marriage, he now told Donna that he wished to adopt this baby as well. She agreed, and the couple phoned McCluskey. Soon after, Norma went to meet him. McCluskey was 24, with a thin face and a wide smile. He was kind and straightforward, and asked Norma if she was drinking. Norma said no, though she later recalled that she was drinking more than she had during her first pregnancy. She did, though, tell the lawyer that she was gay. McCluskey was too, but he did not say so. Gay sex was illegal, and it was wise to be cautious. Norma asked McCluskey the name of the family adopting her child. McCluskey refused to tell, and Norma stormed off. But Norma liked McCluskey, and the adoption proceeded. I can never recall seeing him without a smile on his face or in a good mood, she reflected. I considered him a friend. At 9 in the morning, on October 11, 1967, Norma gave birth to a little girl. The baby weighed just 5 pounds and had tan skin that recalled her father. Norma was not supposed to see the child, but got a forbidding glimpse when her friend Jinx, an aide at Dallas Osteopathic, brought the baby to her. Norma got a second look when a nurse mistakenly brought the baby back. Said Norma, she fucked up. But then the baby was gone. Norma seemed unperturbed, and standing at her bedside, her friend Andy struggled to relate. "I'd never been around that before," says Andy. "My mother would have killed to keep us kids." The next day, Norma phoned Pete. She told me she had a little baby girl, he recalls. I said, "Well, what do you want to do?" Norma told him that she wanted the child to be gone from them both. Pete felt a flash of anger. He wished to have had a say in whether he might raise his child, but then he told himself that it was just as well, and he sent Norma a dozen yellow roses. "I wonder," he says, "if she ever got them."